Hi, I'm Dan Cox, and this is your MMA update. Big fights last night, man. This card was really a stinker on paper. I know I personally wasn't expecting much. My partner is always Bomb. Bomb, we kind of walked over this fight, man. We brought up, fight night, and we passed on it, man. What do you think about that?
I think we made a mistake. It ended up being probably one of the better fight night cards I've seen in a long time. Every fight seemed to be great. I know they used a little bit smaller of a ring, so maybe that had a little something to do with it. There was no running around. There wasn't really any hump fest last night. Some great knockouts, some great fights. We had Tommy on Combat Circle, and we got him coming on the show today with us. And what do you think, T?
Hey, what's up, guys? Great to be here. Yeah, great night last night, man. Great fight card. Like you said, one of the better ones of the year. Man, I never doubt any cards, man, until they happen, because you never know, man. That happens a lot.
Nice.
That was not a bad fight last night, to be honest. I don't know if it was a smaller cage or what it was, but not a bad fight on that card. Great night of fights.
I agree with you guys, and I'll tell you, unfortunately, I didn't get to see him live. I had to watch him after the fact. Thank God for DVR. But the Sean Jordan spinning heel kick from a man. Listen, that is a huge man. His legs are the size of my waist, and I don't have a small waist. What does that say? I mean, when you've got a heavyweight with that kind of athleticism, which is what Mitrione was expected to carry the day with, but with Sean Jordan with that kick, I mean, did any of you guys expect that?
No, I didn't expect that. And to be honest with you, when he landed that shot, I didn't even think he landed it as hard as he did.
Yeah.
And then when you saw the result of that, it was like, oh my God, So it's gotta tell you how much power the kid's bringing in those kicks, and just the sheer athleticism to even be able to throw a hook kick like that at his size and to land it perfectly like he did, to basically knock his opponent out, because make no mistake about it, it did. It staggered him. He fell, and then Jordan pounced and seized the moment. So props to him. I mean, that was a great hook kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. For that big a guy to have that kind of athleticism, and then look at after the fight, he does a backflip in the cage. I mean, that guy's amazing, man. Free kind of athlete, you don't see that.
No,
I mean,
I was most impressed on the card of my fight of the night on the card that I was most impressed with was Poirier. He came, this is his second fight after the McGregor fight. He just he showed what he was all about last night. Let me tell you, he's no joke, dude. Listen, he's bringing it.
Bob, guys, he moved to AT&T too, so he was down there as well training. And I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, I was. Yeah, Sean, that's where I seen them giant legs, man. I have a whole new respect for that man. Let me tell you. But Poirier, he made a statement last night. I thought he was a class act. The way he handled, the missed weight. Although I thought it was handled well on both sides, honestly. And that was an extremely impressive fight for me. But you get to then the Rothwell-Mitrione fight. Now, man, Rothwell-Mitrione. We know Rothwell is tough as hell. Rothwell takes punishment. He keeps coming. He hits hard. He's a big heavyweight. But I think we all three thought that Mitrione's athleticism, again, coming from the football background, and Sean Jordan, speaking of the same type of guys, I mean, they're extremely athletic. I thought Rothwell was going to win, but I thought that Mitrione's athleticism could bring him the victory. But he seemed like he didn't want to use it, man. What did you guys think about that fight?
I thought Mitrione was definitely going to use his athleticism in that, and that's why I took him in the fight. I thought, since his days on Tough, he's made leaps forward in his fight career and in his skill level. The guy's come a long way. I know everybody calls him meathead, and last night proved that was such a meathead move. I was going for a takedown. He got put in a go-go choke. Why the hell would you do that, Matt? Use your head. come on, kid, you were doing good on your feet. Just stay on your feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rockwell's a little bit, Rockwell's not the best in shape guy, so who knows what his cardio could have been. I mean, if Mitrione would have kept it standing for maybe a round or two, might have been a different result. Who knows?
I don't think he was going to put Rockwell out though. I mean,
No.
Rockwell could take a punch.
Maybe
That's why with Rockwell.
He might have been able to get him down on the ground after the second round, maybe, and not get caught in some sort of a choke like that, and then maybe ground and pounded him a little bit while he was gassing out. But to attempt that right away in the fight when you're not doing so bad on your feet, it just makes no sense to me.
But
no, definitely not smart taking him down like that.
Yeah.
And listen, guys, to you, Tom, I'll say this, and Bob, in my opinion, with Mitrione, his weak point is his ground game. Obviously, that's his weak point. I don't see Mitrione really wanting to ground. He doesn't do much ground and pound. He's a stand-up guy. He uses his movement. He's got great footwork, and he gets in and out. He's really fast. He's got some powerful punches, and he gets guys off balance. The problem was he didn't do that. His game plan seemed to go out the window. And how often do you listen, Tom? How often do you see a guy with a front head choke like that get submitted, especially heavyweights? I mean, those guys are pretty strong, but he was quick to tap. That was tight, man. That was tight.
Yeah, it was right away. He tapped, instantaneously. It was as soon as he got put in that choke, he basically freaked out and was tapping with both hands.
Yeah.
It goes to show you how tight that choke was on. Because I've seen Mitrione get choked before, especially on tough. You've seen him get choked a couple times. He usually doesn't, he's usually not the panic mode type guy.
Brendan Schaub made him go to sleep. He didn't tap when Schaub got him.
Right. And he just went into panic mode, it seemed.
Yeah. Well, that choke on the throat.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was the big night for you, Tom? I mean, what was it that really stuck in your mind about those fights?
Hendo finished the both that quick. I mean, at 44 years old, I didn't see that coming that fast. I didn't. Honestly, I picked Bosch.
Yeah.
I just thought,
Same.
I mean, hate to bring up I hate everyone bringing up the TRT thing all the time, but I thought, Hendo coming off that, coming off a few losses, his age, I honestly, I picked Bosch. I certainly didn't see him finishing the fight that quick in the first round, and land that H-bomb again, and man, looks like the same old Hendo. That was amazing.
See, I think Bosch's problem in that fight was he attacked Hendo like Hendo usually attacks people.
And walked right into the right.
Yeah,
He was swinging wild. He was swinging, that big overhand right. Hendo caught him.
Well,
out.
Watch it again. Watch where Bosch is carrying with his left hand. He's coming in like this. Left hand is down. He doesn't have his chin tucked. He doesn't have his shoulder rolled. He doesn't have any defense. He's coming straight forward, almost square, as a matter of fact. And listen, man, the last thing to go on any fighter is their power, right?
Absolutely.
I picked Hendo, but my heart was telling me Hendo. My mind said Bosch all the way. Hendo's chin has been tested, guys, right? The last few fights. I mean, the guy's been getting hurt. And once that little button gets hit, it gets real big. Me and Bob talk about it all the time. I thought that was what would be the situation. Man, it wasn't. It wasn't. Hendo, I felt good for him, too, after that fight because he kind of shut a lot of people up.
Yeah, I was happy for the guy. I've always liked Dan Henderson, even with all the, the bullshit with TRT and all that nonsense.
It was legal. He didn't do anything illegal.
Right. And I've always liked the guy. The guy's always been a stand-up guy. He's fought everybody. I mean, he's fought heavyweights. He's fought light heavyweights, middleweights. I mean, the guy's won middleweight tournaments. I mean, you're a guy. You're going up and down in all these divisions, and you're fighting the best of the best. You get props from me.
He's knocking heavyweights out. He knocked the heavyweights out. He knocks the middleweights out. Yeah. My favorite
Hendo knockout, hands
Silva.
down, Michael Bisping.
Oh yeah.
And then just to make that as
The forearm.
he did the flying forearm to the face, just to add insult to injury. That's what I love about Hendo.
Bob, he said it during Top that show, and Bisping was running his mouth, and Hendo's quiet. He said, well, I'll do my talking in the ring, and I'll shut his mouth in the ring.
And he should.
But when he says that, all quiet, he's deadly serious. And instead of just saying, I'm going to kill that man, he's all calm, But make no mistake, that forearm was next time, shut your mouth. And it worked. It worked.
The only thing is, I don't think Bisping remembers the forearm.
No. It's like he said. Bisping said, it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt me a bit.
You remember it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sleep with it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys. It was incredible to have you on, Tom. Bomb. It was awesome. But listen, Tommy, I want you on for the next show because I want to talk the Reebok deal. Bomb, are we good with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's make that happen.
To be here.
And listen, everybody, if you're on, get on their YouTube, subscribe to our channel, LUB-MMA. For LUB-MMA, for my good buddy Bomb, for my good buddy Tommy, this is Dan. This is your MMA update. Thanks, guys.